prefer the news, the weather, or the sports? You can have it all anytime you want. With MediaNet, you can have over 150 functions at your fingertips. If you would like to see just how easy and simple MediaNet is to operate, just come by any of our 6 stores for a free demonstration. Just another reason to do business with Southeastern Cellular.
Hey everybody, it's Barry Miller. Welcome to this week's episode of Big Boys Toys. Yes, I do this all the time. I'm talking to the people sitting out here, y'all, if you wonder who I'm talking to. I do this all the time, so I got it down pat. We're at Dewey Barber Chevrolet. The Chevelle Club has a great, see, I said I do it all the time. Look what I done. See, Greg likes to put them boopers in there. They got a lot of cars here. I'd say estimated 100 cars. They're here every Labor Day, first Saturday in September every year. Look at this 55. I interviewed this guy 2 years ago at Ron Harris's. Over in Leeds, he had a 57 Chevrolet. He'd been married 2 weeks. Hey, he still got her. She's here too. And she helped him work on the car. And she's a little short thing. He said she was real good about getting everything in his car because she didn't have to bend over. We'll be right back with Big Boys Toys. Don't go nowhere. I got Chevrolets, and more Chevrolets. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time once again for Big Boys Toys. Tonight, your host, Barry Miller, will bring you the sleekest, trimmest automobiles from around the area that have been beautifully restored. If you love streamlined, full-force race cams, then this show is for you. So sit back, but don't get too relaxed. This is Big Boys Toys.
We're in the beautiful showroom of Billy Beatty Auto Super Center right here in Oxford, Alabama. Billy, welcome back to Big Boys Toys. He was the first car dealer on Big Boys Toys, and he is back.
Thank you, Barry. We're glad to be a sponsor of Big Boys Toys. We want to invite all of our customers, previous customers. Barry, we got almost 200 cars on this lot. I've been in car business here all my life in Calhoun County, and we want to invite in all of our customers, any new customers. We love to trade here, Barry. Even you've bought 4 cars from us in the last 2 years.
I've bought a lot of cars here, and hey, you old guys, when you come down here, he's a car enthusiast too. You got vets sitting around here, Camaros. He can show you anything you want to see, but his specialty is these late model cars that's just gorgeous. Next vehicle, Dave and Janice Nichols, 1955 Bel Air. I got to slide this chair back, y'all. I'm a little bit too close, and I feel like I'm a baby in a high chair. This is the ones I told you. I filmed him. You still got the 57?
No, I traded it for a 33 Plymouth Coupe.
57 black Chevrolet. If you remember a couple years ago at Ron Harris, good-looking car. They just got married, and he rebuilt this car from, look at here. Greg, can you hit this? Let's see. That's what it looked like when he started. He's got a book that goes through and shows you everything that he done to this car. And I like going to car shows while you're sitting there before I start talking about your car. I like to go to shows where people's got these books because they actually show you what kind of work they done. And it makes you proud to go to car shows and people look at it because you know you done the work to it.
That's right.
He had her, she was a brand new model 2 years ago for 2 weeks. He done built the car and she's still here. How do you do it?
Kept her in the house cooking.
Tell me a little bit about your car.
It's a 55 Bel Air Sports Coupe. I brought this car home. I tried to buy this car when I was doing the 57 and it wasn't available. Then it come available, so I just parked it out front and said, you're next. For 6 months, he called the car Louise because I spent more time with Louise than I did with her.
And you were still a newlywed too.
Yes, I told him I was a widow already. Hadn't a few weeks. So I wound up spending the time out in the shop with the car.
So you got to do a lot of work on it too?
Yes.
All right, tell me a little bit about the motor now.
The motor is a 350, 70 model 350. It's got the double hump heads. I put a 284, 286 cam in it, Edelbrock intake, Edelbrock carburetor. And I built this car like we did in the 60s. Back then the thing was keep the interior looking stock, keep the outside looking stock, but put 327 4-speed. And that's basically, I got 350s with a 4-speed in it.
Can you drive a straight shift?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people get 4 speeds because their wife can't drive it. Their wife drives automatic, so they put a 4-speed in their car.
She can drive an 18-speed.
So you get to drive it in it?
Normally, it's my car to drive until they change the engines out. So now I'm driving the one that has the 327 in it.
You got the slow one.
Well, actually, mine will scoot pretty good as his will. I got a low rear end in mine.
Oh, okay.
373 gears.
How long did it take you?
About 2.5 years.
2.5 years. So actually, this one was sitting in the yard when I filmed the 57.
Right.
Y'all been married how long?
2 years and 3 weeks.
She knows it. She's got that down.
In fact, at our wedding, we did a kind of outside wedding like that. The car was in the garage on the rotisserie, and our wedding coordinator said, keep the garage closed, keep the lights off. Well, everybody wanted to look at the car, so we ended up turning the lights on. Everybody go in and look at the car, and the heck with the wedding.
Yeah, the car was here first, but I'm going to tell you, I've looked at that car 3 times. I don't think it can cook.
No.
I'm pretty sure it can't wash clothes and iron.
And metal's pretty cold at night, too.
And I know it ain't gonna give you no sugar at night. You know, you sent me pictures of this thing as you was building it. Did you think you was ever gonna get it done?
Oh yeah, I've got a visionary. I can look at an old junker and see what it's gonna look like before I finish. I just know what it's gonna turn out.
I'm the one that didn't think he was ever going to get it done.
2.5 years ain't bad if you're just working on it part-time. Like the guy I was up here earlier, restored one in 9 months. He must have slept with that car.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
had to.
You can do a frame off in 9 months. You've got to be hustling to get it all done. Is there anything else you want to do with the car?
Basically just drive it like it is, enjoy it.
Now y'all from?
Wetumpka, which is above Montgomery.
I went through there last weekend. I filmed a show at Lake Eufaula, right there at Lake Point Marina, Lake whatever. I filmed a show and I went through Wetumpka getting there.
Oh.
And then when you go through, the guy said, when you get to Wetumpka, you ain't far away. And you can ask my brother-in-law, he drives our stage truck and all, Brian, he said, I didn't think I was going to ever get there.
No,
That's a long way.
It's about 90 miles.
Yeah, it's a long ways to go. Tell you what, you're looking 55. Appreciate y'all coming back.
Thank you.
Back on
Enjoyed
the
it.
show. What's next?
65 Chevelle SS.
You working on it now?
I got to buy it first.
Yeah.
All right,
He
see,
found it.
I'll see you in about 2 years.
Yeah.
I found it.
We'll be back in 2 years with another one. We'll be right back. Piedmont Outdoors, Main Street, Piedmont, Alabama is the place to go for the most name brand products in one location. They carry Steel, Snapper, Mahindra tractors, John Deere equipment, clothing, and even toys. But most of all, they're the Can-Am and Arctic Cat all-terrain vehicle dealer for this area. They also have all the accessories and equipment you need for your ATV for hunting, or if you just want to be sport riding, they've got it all. It's worth the drive to Piedmont, Alabama from anywhere for their selection and savings. Go by today or call them at 256-447-7211. Tell them Barry Miller told you to call. The Courthouse Cafe, downtown Anniston, right beside the courthouse, under new ownership and management. Angie Mabry and her staff have breakfast specials each and every day. Lunch specials, there's something different each and every day. Orders to go, she said, not a problem. You can get orders to go anytime she's there. She was voted the best ribs in Calhoun County for 07, and she said butts, ribs, and chicken, she's the best in Calhoun County. Give them a call today at 741-1691, or stop by the Courthouse Cafe, tell them Barry Miller sent you. You never know, you might catch me at eating lunch one day. We'll see you there. You know, Piggly Wiggly, that's a name you've heard ever since you was a child. I've heard it since I was a child. It's a grocery store above all grocery stores. It has just about anything you want in the Piggly Wiggly stores. Go by the local Piggly Wiggly store in Odenville, Center, Cedar Bluff, Collinsville, and the brand new store down in Asheville, and tell them Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toys sent you by, and you want to see how much money you can save on your grocery bill. They have a meat department and a fresh produce department in each and every store, fresh produce each and every day, and they cut their meat right there on their location. Tell them I sent you by. Next vehicle, Ray Garrett, a 1966 El Camino. Ray, welcome to Big Boyz Toys.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about your El Camino besides it's pretty.
Well, it's finished it up in October a year ago. It's a 327, 300 horse, Muncie 4-speed, power steering, brakes, factory air, every option you can get except power windows.
You pretty well schooled on the 66s, right?
Bought a brand new one in 1966 on February the 9th.
Did they have big blocks in 66, or did you get them in these El Caminos?
You could get them in an El Camino.
Because I told the guy here, I said, I got somebody can verify. I had a buddy, I remember, well, he was an older guy. He was a buddy of my dad's back when I was a kid. He had a 66 El Camino, had a 396. I could swear it was a big block with a 4-speed. That thing would fly and it would run so fast, he couldn't get traction with it. So when him and my daddy went out to race and stuff, they would put cinder blocks, just stack cinder blocks in the back of that El Camino where they could get some traction. But I knew they come with big blocks.
Yeah,
they was hard to hold though.
Yeah, and not much weight in the rear.
No, it ain't no weight in the rear. What made you pick the El Camino to fix up?
Well, I bought a new Malibu in 66. Kind of my year. I've got 2 Super Sports, a Malibu that my dad bought brand new, and I decided I wanted an El Camino, and so we found one in Williamsburg, Virginia.
You bought a car
Brought
in
it home.
66 when you was 8 years old?
8 years old.
You bought it young and looked at it for a while.
Paid cash for it. It's a great car. We kept it 7 years, put 103,000 miles on it, never had the valve covers off of it in that period of time. So I like mine so well, my dad bought one like it, and he kept his 19 years, and I've had it now 21 years from him. It's an original car.
Where are you from, first of all?
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Do you drive it where you go? You haul it?
Most of the time I drive it. This time we just had the engine out last week because I had an oil pan that was not correct for it, and tie rods were bumping and about to punch a hole in the oil pan, so we took it out, put it back in. So I haven't driven the car on the road since we changed the engine
And
last
you didn't
week.
want to drive that far?
Didn't want to drive it that far this time until we test it out a little more.
Yeah. They have a lot of cruise-ins and stuff in Tennessee like I do here?
A lot, yeah, up in Pigeon Forge. Around Gatlinburg, there's car shows up there.
Oh, I
about
know
every
they got
weekend.
car shows. I mean, like the weekend cruises.
Oh, weekend cruises, yeah. In Cleveland, Tennessee, every 4th Saturday night. Dalton, Georgia, on the 3rd Saturday night. And there's several other car cruises at the town square.
Now, how long did it take you to restore this one again?
Well, I bought it on December the 29th of 2005 in Virginia. Brought it home, took it to the fellow that did the work on it, Curtis Vaughn, up in Riceville, Tennessee. It sat in his yard from the 29th until May the 29th, and he started working on it, and on October the 14th we had it in Greensboro, North Carolina, showing it for the first time. 4.5 months actual work time.
Greensboro, that's a good city, ain't it?
It's a nice town.
So you do most of the cosmetic stuff on it?
I did a lot of the bead blasting and getting ready to take it off the frame, but it's a complete frame off all the way through.
Now, the El Caminos, that was back in the day something like the Avalanche is today. You had a car and a truck.
Well,
now they're really getting it where you got a 4-door truck and a car. But
Right.
the El Caminos are really the first vehicles that come out. Well, you had the little Rancheros from Ford, but the El Caminos was back in the day was a car and a truck.
Well, my daughter calls it a crook.
A crook. But that was really the first idea that comes out, that come
Right.
out. And the little Rancheros, they tried, but they didn't sell like the El Caminos. They just quit making the El Caminos, what, 70?
El Camino's 87 is the
It
last
was the last year they made them.
Yeah.
That's the newer looking model, so I don't.
Right.
I look at the ones like that one over there, the gold one, and this one. To me, they're El Caminos. The new ones just look too much like an Impala with a long trunk.
Right.
Nothing
They
else
made they made an El Camino in '59. That was the first year.
Yeah. I've had a 59 El Camino on the show. The guy lives in Pell City. It looked like an airplane in the back of it. It just tickled me. I tell people all the time, if you got a 59 Chevrolet, I know you're proud of your car and all, but I always tell everybody the 59 was the black sheep of the family. Because you think about it, you had the 56 and 55, 56 was beautiful. 57s was gorgeous. 58, they come out long, and then 59, I don't know where it come from.
Outer space.
And then 60 come out, and it was slicker, and the 60s are pretty. But that 59, from behind, it does look like a spaceship going down the road. Tell you what, good looking vehicle.
Okay.
Appreciate you being
All
on
right.
the show.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. I got a couple of Camaros coming up you don't want to miss.
This is Chuck Ward of Billy Isom GMAC Real Estate. Today's home sellers and buyers expect and deserve premier service. They also know that no other real estate company has more listings than Billy Isom GMAC. We have over 386 active listings in Calhoun County. That is 1 out of every 3. No other company comes close. Delivering premier service to our clients is the reason that Billy Isom GMAC is the market leader in Calhoun County. For your premier service experience, call us or check us out on the web at billyisom.com.
Farmers and Merchants Bank. Farmers and Merchants Bank's got 4 locations to serve you: Piedmont, Anniston, Oxford, and downtown Jacksonville. 90 years of service. I'll tell you what, Farmers and Merchants Bank is the bank. You know, it's not like any other bank around. You can go in and they get your decision today. They make your decision on a loan or whatever you need right in that location. You have a personal banker that takes care of you right here. Don't have to send it to Birmingham, Charlotte, or anywhere. Go by one of the Farmers and Merchants Bank today. Tell them Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toys sent you by. You know, when someone smiles at you during the day, it kind of makes you feel great all over. Dr. Travis Phillips and his friendly staff right here in Oxford, Alabama, says stop by their office and they'll help put that beautiful smile on your face. They have teeth whitening, general dentistry, cosmetic dentistry, dental hygienist, oral surgery, everything right here in Oxford, Alabama. He has full x-rays and partial x-rays that he does right in his office, and you'll find out right then what he needs to do. They got professional staff. They have a saying, go the extra mile for the beautiful smile. Stop by and tell him Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toys sent you by. Looking for a classic car? Don't know where to look? I got the answer for you. Austin Hines Motors in Arab, Alabama. Austin has 55, 56, 57 Chevrolets, Camaros, Chevelles, Novas, Corvettes, any type of classic car you could want, he has it in one location. They have over 100 classic cars in stock. They also have cars that you can rebuild yourself and restore yourself right there at that location. He's also the largest wrecker and rollback dealer for this area. So call Austin today, 256-931-2277. Tell him I told you to call.
Next vehicle, Jaquita Posey, a 1967 Camaro. Jaquita, welcome to Big Boyz Toys, and his name's Randy?
Randy.
And Randy Posey is standing over there with a hat. He's scared to come up here in front of the TV screen. He's that fella standing right over there. Everybody look at him. Give him a hand. Right there. Yeah, see? He's going to be embarrassed the rest of the day. Tell me about, it's your Camaro, right?
My Camaro.
Tell me about your car.
It's a 1967 Camaro. It's Tangier orange. We've had it for about 3 years. He built it, Randy built it from the ground up. I bought it from a student.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I bought it from Randy. I said, whoa!
I bought it from a student. Her dad had bought it for her, and he was going to build it and thought that it would be too much of a car for her when she turned 16, so he sold it to me.
A student, you a teacher?
Mm-hmm.
What grade you teach?
I teach 8th grade.
You got it lucky. My daughter just started teaching the 5th grade, first year, and she started May to something, and she called me. She said, Daddy, I spent 4 years in college to put up with heathens. She's got 23, and she said, Daddy, I'm about to go crazy, and it ain't been but a week.
It gets better.
Huh?
It gets better.
Yeah, right. Okay, what size motor and all's in it?
It's a 350. It's an SS 350 car. My husband actually won the motor and built the car around the motor. And
That's pretty good. Start with the motor and do everything else.
yeah, he said he never wanted to build a motor again, or win a motor again, because it costs so much money to build the car. He'll sell the motor next time.
Did you help him work on it?
No.
Do you help him wash it?
No. I picked out the color.
I can tell. You ain't no Tennessee fan, are you?
No.
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 Okay.
Alabama.
Okay, and when you bought it from a student, was it just...
It was, needed a lot of work, We've replaced a lot of the panels, quarter panels. It had an SS hood, or a cow induction hood, and I wanted an SS hood, so we bought the SS hood. So just a lot of parts and a lot of long hours.
Teenagers don't really want cars like... I've seen a few now. There's a few back where we're from in Oxford that goes to high school.
She wants it now,
Oh, I
but
bet
she can't have it. Bye.
You won't sell it back to her?
No.
Not for sale back. How long did it take him? Did I ask you how long it took him to do this?
He worked on it for about a year. About a year it took him to work on it.
You got a shop near your house?
He's got a shop behind our house.
Oh, that's the only reason she let you work on it a year, see? Because she said she didn't... All you did is cook and have everything ready.
I don't cook. We got a Burger King.
You don't cook.
Don't cook. Nope.
What you eat for breakfast? Burger King.
Waffles. Frozen waffles.
Oh, they're pretty easy. He's going to have waffles for breakfast. He's going to have a Whopper for lunch. And he might get some of them chicken strips for supper.
Subway.
Oh. But Subway for supper. That's pretty good, though. She don't cook, so you just watch TV and let him work on the car.
I work.
Oh, you work during the day?
I'm a teacher, remember?
He works.
So?
Okay. Now, this is called what orange?
Tangier.
Tangier orange. Where y'all from?
We're from Good Hope, Coleman.
Coleman. Does it rain in Coleman?
Oh, yeah.
What do you put? Rain-X on your windshield?
Oh, yeah.
Because you ain't got no windshield wiper.
No. That's
Now,
a problem.
you made Randy do everything else when it's raining. Does he have to hang out the car and wipe off the windshield?
No, not this time. Not lately.
You just don't drive in the rain, right?
Well, we got caught in the rain a couple of weeks ago, but just
What'd you
went real slow, went between the lines.
I can see Randy out there now with a rag wiping off that windshield. What else you want to do to the car? Anything?
I've got some interior parts I need. I need some kick panels and stuff, and a little bit of stuff work to the motor, dress up the motor.
Randy cleaned it up real good before you come.
Yeah, he did.
So he cleans it now, you just drive it.
I just drive it.
Can't beat that with a stick. Don't you ever call my wife. No. Tell you what, good looking vehicle. Appreciate you being on the show. We'll be right back.
St. Clair County Farmers Co-op at the intersection at Hardwick Road and Highway 78 in Pell City, Alabama. I tell you what, co-op's what it means. It's got anything you want. Science Night food for your pets. They have tack. They have feed for all type of animals. Deer hunters, they got tree stands. They got clothing, camo, you name it, it's there. Cowboy hats, blue jeans, tools, hardware needs, anything you can think of, they've got right there at the Farmers Co-op. Call Matthew or one of his staff today at 205-338-2821. Tell him I told you to call. Crawford Office Supply right here in Anniston moved into the brand new location, 2,500 square foot building right there on Layton Avenue. Anything to deal with office supplies, Crawford has it right there in stock. Pens, papers, pencils, anything. Scratch and dent furniture, brand new office furniture, filing cabinets, you name it, it's right there. They have free delivery also for all their products. Hey, if you need something that they don't have in stock at Crawford Office Supply, guess what? They can order it. 1 or 2 days, they got it in stock. Go by today, tell them Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toys sent you by. You know, something that's on everyone's mind all the time is insurance. I've got your answer. 2 great agencies are now one. Reeves and Black Insurance Agency, 111 East 7th Street, Anniston, Alabama, can handle all of your insurance needs. They have auto, antique insurance, homeowners insurance, and mobile home insurance. You know, the Alabama law now is everyone has to be insured. So if you haven't never had insurance before or had a problem getting insurance, call them today and get a free quote. Contact Jim, Jason, Sharon, or Geraldine. Tell them Barry Miller told you to call and see if they can help you with all of your insurance needs. Call them today at 256-237-0972. Now, see Harley Davidson right here in Oxford, Alabama, Davis Loop Road. They're your Harley Davidson dealer for this area. In my opinion, they're a Harley Davidson dealer all areas. Stop by and see Keith or George today. They have about 40 Harleys on display. Buy a new Harley. They have used Harleys. Clothes, you people like the Harley leather. They got any type of Harley clothing you want. Helmets, you name it, it's right there. All you guys with Harleys want to put that extra chrome on that brand new Harley. They got any type of chrome you could want. Stop by Mount Char Harley Davidson today. Tell them Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toys sent you by.
Next vehicle, Danny Sam's, a 1969 Camaro with a big old motor. Kenny, welcome to Big Boyz Toys. Tell me about your car.
It's a just a 69 Camaro, more or less a SS clone. Car came out of California in 2003. It's a black plate car. The reason I bought the car, it never had any rust, and the drivetrain was already there, but it needed a lot of cosmetics still. So I took it apart, bought it this month and last year, and took it apart during the winter and redid everything and put it back together. And done real well with the car. I've had it Super Chevy and several other places, and had real good success with it and really enjoy driving it.
What kind of motor and all that?
It's a 67 model, 427, 390 horse 427. Got a Richmond 5-speed, Chevy 12-bolt rear end, and vintage air conditioning. I got to have air because that black's hot.
It had how many horsepower?
We haven't dynoed the car, but it's going to be around 450 horsepower.
450. So it's a 427 from the factory. 67.
Yeah, 390 horse originally, but it's had some stuff done to it, so it's got a little more than it came with.
Now, you say it took you a year or just during the wintertime to fix it?
I've had it done probably about 4 or 5 months, something like that, enough to go to several shows with it.
You said you found it here in this area?
I found it on eBay and went to Winchester, Kentucky and picked it up. I'm the 4th owner of the car.
Winchester, Kentucky, that's a pretty good little drive, ain't
it?
To go get a car.
I trailered it, took a trailer up there and trailered it home. And
a lot of people buying cars on eBay now, they're like they're supposed to be when you get there?
I went through 4 different cars before I got to the one that was like it was represented. I made a trip to Virginia, I made a trip to Texas, and came back empty.
So it didn't have what it's supposed to have.
It wasn't like it was described. But this car, this gentleman was in the Army and is an Army sergeant, and he described it just like it was. And I was well pleased when I got there.
So you actually did the cosmetic, the body, the painting and stuff like that,
I did
but
all
he had
that.
everything else ready.
Yeah, it was sitting pretty much like it is, and the drivetrain was there. I just had to do a lot of cosmetic work to get it to look as good as it looks.
Anything else you got to do with the car or want to do with the car?
And I had just little things like new lines, new brake lines, fuel lines, and little things like that to really detail it out like I want to. I was approached by a man, this is interesting, in Aniana at a cruise-in, and he asked me where I got the car, and I told him, and he saw the 1973 Disney sticker that's on the back side of the rearview mirror, and he said that a friend of his knows Boyd Coddington real well, and he said Boyd had a Hugger Orange 69 Camaro back in those years, and he worked for Disney. And he asked me what the original color on that car was, and it's a Code 72 Hugger Orange. And the car came out a 6-cylinder with a 4-speed. And he said, I believe that's exactly what Boyd had. And he told me, he said, I needed to do some history on the car and find out. He said, you might find out that Boyd owned that car, and you might not. He said, but I thought that was real interesting.
Or call him.
Yeah,
Or
I
email
thought
him.
about emailing him.
Yeah, email him and he'll tell you. It's
Yeah.
just pretty simple. He can tell you what it was. And
That was only a couple of weeks ago, and I just haven't taken the time to.
tell you what, that's a good-looking Camaro.
Well,
I
thank you,
appreciate
sir.
you being on the show.
All right, you're welcome.
We'll be right back with Big Boyz Toys 55 convertible. I tell you what, I've got a 55 convertible coming up and a 56 convertible that I guarantee is going to say that be the prettiest and the sharpest cars you've seen in a long time. We'll be right back.
You know, 90% of most homeowners don't know they have a pest or termite problem until they have a very expensive repair bill. Why not let the professional staff at Rice Pest Control inspect your home before it happens? With 50 years of experience in Northeast Alabama and with their free termite inspection for new customers, don't you think it's better be safe than sorry? Call Tracy Rice today or one of his sales staff. Tell him Barry Miller told you to call. Hey, if you mention Big Boyz Toys, you get 50% off your first initial service. So call them today at 1-800-850-4661. Triplet Paint and Decorating right here on Wilmer Avenue in Anniston is your home improvement headquarters for this area. They have DeVoe, Benjamin Moore, and Coronado paints that go on good and look great once they're on. They also have all the materials needed to do that special job around the house. Carpets, they carry Shaw and Mohawk. Hardwood floors by Robbins, so everything is in one location. Remember, DeVoe, Benjamin Moore, and Coronado paints are used by professionals all over the United States, and it's one of the best on the market. Stop by today. Tell them Barry Miller from Big Boyz Toys told you to stop by. Robinson Gas, downtown Ross Street, Heflin, Alabama is your gas headquarters for this area. They have water heaters. They also have on-demand water heaters, furnaces, gas logs, fireplaces, all major appliances. Hey, they got routine delivery on them appliances too. 24-hour emergency service. They also lease their tanks. They got a special going on right now for the summer. It's called the Summer Fill. Your gas is $179.9 during the summer fill. They also have what they call a prepaid fill. It's $189.9. If you don't have all the money, Mark's got a deal for you. 20% down, you got 3 months to pay. Contact Mark Robinson or one of his staff today. Tell him Barry Miller told you to call. Hey everybody, let me tell you about a place you got to visit. Just opened up, 518 Main Street, downtown Oxford, Alabama. Another's Treasures. They have antique, collectibles, and interior consignments. They also have some of the people from the Heritage Antique Mall in consignment in there now. Give them a call today at 832-9950. They have lamps, they've got tools, they got anything antique that you're looking for. Guarantee you they'll have it in there. They open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6 p.m., Sunday, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Stop by and tell them Barry Miller sent you by. If you want to go out for the eating or fine dining, you can find it right here in downtown Anniston at Classic Old Noble. The